Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Coach Karen Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada.
What happened?
Partner, Miss Francine Gregory, a real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Carolina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. We want you to enjoy the conversation today because it's all about your money. we got we got Coach Karen here to give you some great tips on how to get organized with your money today and how to be consistent. So we're talking about the consistency queen. And with that, I'm going to turn it right on over to Coach. How you doing this morning?
I am doing so well. I am doing well. And all this month, all the month of my birth month, we talk about organization because it's so queen. You know, you hear about productivity, but it goes hand in hand. When you organize, you're more productive. So it goes hand in
That's
hand.
true.
So all this month, I talk about organization, talk about finding the 5 things, staying organized. That was the first week. Then we talked about finding missing things when you're unorganized. We talked about arranging it so it's easy to find. Last week we talked about now that you've been doing it, you should have formed the habit. And if you practice it for 30 days, it really started to sink in. Now, let me tell you, you hear about 7 days, 31 days, and all these days to get 21 days to form a habit. The truth is, a habit takes longer. But why people give that number is so that you can really start seeing the benefits of whatever habit you're forming so that you can pay attention and yourself will wake you up and say, hey, you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And you've been doing it. So yourself will remind you. And so that's what we really want to see you get into. And then you become a consistent queen. Like anything you set out to do, you get it done. You know, I'd heard something that if you want something to get done, give it to somebody, give it a busy person. But that's because they're on it already, they're going already, so they're getting things done. So if that busy person know they can fit it in, they will fit it in. If they know they can, they'll tell you because they're organized, they're up to par, they're knowing what's next for them. So they can't just take it on a whim. They either fit it in or no, they see where the gap is. And when I say this, that doesn't mean you stack your calendar. Mine is stacked, but if you look, it looks stacked when you look at my calendar, but if you pay attention, you see all the holes where there's rest spots and there's times where I'm just not doing anything. That's just on there too. It has to be there because then it makes me see that I am giving myself rest. The other place I am consistent is in my washroom. There's a calendar as soon as you go in on the left, and I give myself stickers. Yes, stickers. I know it's not for kids, it's for adults too. And I've got my bumblebee, I got my ladybugs, I got the things that just makes me smile and feel happy about. I got my hearts, all the funny things. It's cute stickers I love that really allow me to feel accomplished. So the exercises I was doing for my full 75 days, I had a morning color sticker and an afternoon sticker. And that makes me look back and see for the last 3 months how consistent I was. The days I was off, I put it off. The days that I took off, I say I'm off. The days that something happened, I put a little note and I had a different kind of sticker for it. So it signifies in my head and mine. And this is what has been done. And that's what keeps me consistent and keep me doing the things I set out to do. I have a couple of questions here and I said, how is habit formed? And the answer really is being consistent. That's it. Every bad habit you have or I have, we have used it over and over and over. And it become such a part of us, it's such a habit that we don't even know. I was coaching someone 2 weeks ago, and she has this way of, she is sick, she was sick, got sick again, but she uses her sickness as a crutch. And I called her out on it. And I said, you're taking advantage of your sister that is really and truly care for you and love you dearly. She doesn't even see because she now became a codependent on your behaviors and your nasty habits. And we're not doing it. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, we're not signing up for that.
No. And so we can take the time to form good habits. And because I
Mhm.
talk about money, we got to talk about your financial freedom here. So how do we get financially free? We change our habits. We change the things that's not serving us anymore. From the person who have no money right now, who we all know that can go find money if it was really important, you can find the money somewhere somehow. That person right now, even though it seems like bad, this is the time. If you have no money, to get yourself organized, this is the time to get things streamlined. This is the time to be orderly so that when the money come in, it has the places to go. This is the time to set things up. Budget is
Mhm.
not only about you making money and having money being paid. Budget, Terry's Freedom Plan, is about organizing what you have now and what's to come so that when it comes, you can get it organized. And then how do we stay financially free? We continue to be consistent. We continue to stay in that formed habit. We continue to see this as a good thing. Another discussion I had the other day, saying to the person, some bad things were happening, and I said, when bad things are going on with us, we seem to, even though we don't realize it, we dwell in it and rail in it and tell everybody about it. Good things happen, but we don't seem to stop the good things when it's happening because we are so into, if you are into the struggle. Like every
Mhm.
time the lady put it online, I zip past and I said, why you keep inviting people to jump on the struggle bus? Hi, good morning, my strugglers. Let's jump on the struggle bus. What nonsense is this?
Oh my gosh. Look, Jerry Scott says, I agree with Coach. Nobody wants to be on a struggle bus. What's that about? We want to take the
Get
hassle out of your hustle. Oh my
out.
gosh.
Get out of this. Years ago, I think I just had Petri. She's gonna be 28 this year. I was going to Buffalo on a bus ride. I had this wonderful Greyhound bus driver, and there's a few people getting on the bus, and they were whining as they were getting on the bus. And he said to them, "Listen, this is a bus where no whining is allowed. We praise the Lord and we go safely come back." And they stopped and they tried. They couldn't do anything because it was 5:30 in the morning, and he
Yes,
he was singing hymns to himself, so he was not having it.
that's the kind of bus driver you want.
Right?
Somebody who's awake and praising. Yes.
He was not having it. He said, "If it needs to happen, just step aside, let it happen. But when you enter the bus, all good
It's
vibes."
over. We ain't having that up in here.
you know, he was going forward. He was
Yes.
making sure that people, and we enjoy the ride. It's such a great bus driver, great bus trip or what have you. But these are formed habit. And who says when you're working, you can't tell people what you want to see happen because it's a job. He is a rented driver to drive a bus, but he took his job seriously. And
Hmm.
he was like, I'm not having it. This is the way things is going to be. And we have to see that in ourselves and therefore put it into our business. Understand if you're going to start a business, it is not easy, it is not hard. It's a lot of hard work that you're going to have to put in. And the work feels hard because you don't know it yet. That's all.
Mm.
The minute you
Okay.
start doing the work, it's not hard anymore,
Ah.
but it feels hard because the unknown. When I
Mm.
went to college, I was lost. I got in there, I had all the prep, I wrote exams, I was feeling great. But I got to a class and I was thinking, well, Karen, this is it. The first semester and you're dead, you're gone, you're out, you're not gonna make it. I went through the whole thing, and I was really mad with myself because I hold myself to high standard. I say I'm a bright woman, how could I not understand? I went through the whole whining me, it lasted for less than a month, but I did whine quite a bit.
Hmm.
Other personal things that was happening too at the time, and I started praying. I said, if I'm supposed to be doing this, why am I complaining about it? Because nobody making me do it. I want to do this. This is for me. This is for me first and foremost, and then my family, because this is my dream. This is something I always wanted to do. Why am I complaining about it? Well, because everything seems so difficult and everything was so new. and
Mm-hmm.
foreign. And so
Mm-hmm.
once I was able to talk me off the shelf about all the things that is really, it's not as hard, but it's just hard because I don't know it. Then I start seeking help. I say, what's next? We have a counselor in college. I went and talked to the counselor. I knocked on the door. I got an appointment. My name was Karen. Her name was Karen. She says, listen, forget the appointment. Come right in and see me. If we have the same name, we need to talk right away. So she saw me immediately.
That's so cute.
And we get to talking. She says, okay, what you need? I told her where I was and how failing I was. She listened to the whole shebang. And then she said, but what do you need? And how could I be of service to you? And once
Okay.
I realized that she's really interested in how she can serve me, I told her, I said, I feel like I'm failing my classes. I feel like they're talking, but whatever they're saying doesn't make no sense to me. She says, okay, to manage your time. I said, I'm excellent at it. And just, she goes, fine. Then here's what we're going to do. We're going to get you somebody to help you achieve what you want to achieve. And I
Oh,
thought to myself, college help you get people to help you? Like, how is this possible? And, she sent me to the library. I signed up for it. And then I got a girl who was in, a 4 years university program ahead of me who, what is your work? And it didn't really matter. And this is how God worked. It didn't really matter that I was studying something far different from her. We just got my notes organized in a way that I could understand them, to make them make sense to me, and not to worry with what was happening in the classroom. And I really
mm,
want to throw that over to business. One of the reasons I coach is because I simplify things for people. I allow people to see whatever is so big and gigantic that feels like they can't accomplish it, acquire it. I really break it down in tiny steps so that they can get there. And sometimes the tiny steps are so tiny that people don't think that they can do it. And or they'll think it's going to take too long. But the truth is, the minute you slow down, as I talked about last month, the minute you slow down, you start recognizing that all the things that feel so huge, you can really do it. One thing might take 9 steps. But that 9 step, if you took the time to learn each step, you will get it accomplished. It sounds like a lot, but think about it. Those tiny 9 steps is this one thing that you want to accomplish. And how do we feel when we accomplish something? How do we feel in our hearts, in our body, in our spirit, in our soul? We feel really good, don't we? We feel really good when we acquire something. And that's what those tiny 9 steps does. It really, I had a friend at the time and I'd help her. She couldn't cook rice. And I seemed so simple. And I said to her, you know what the problem is? Nobody never taught you to cook rice. And she said, that's true. I eat mashed potatoes, but it's true. It wasn't cooked much in our house. That's why I can't cook rice. It's okay. You got pots? She says, yes. I said, okay. So you get a pot, you get an amount of water, you get an amount of rice you want to cook, and you have heat, you have a stove. And I got over there and I wrote down all the steps. And she says, when you think about rice, you don't think
steps.
rice have all those steps. But rice have all those steps because you don't know to cook rice. So to me, rice don't have steps. You boil the water, you pour in the rice, you wash your rice, you pour it in the pot, and you strain the rice. Now, if I'm doing a steam rice, then I wash the rice and I put less water and I steam the rice. There are still steps in there, but I know them. But for a novice, she doesn't know how to cook rice. So I have to go, sure, what temperature to cook the rice at, how much water in the pot, how to wash the rice, how to put the rice in the pot, how to know when the rice is finished cooking so that it can be strained. And then once it's strained, where it goes next. And that's why she needed all those steps. So once she got those steps down and she keep cooking rice at least twice a week or 3 times a week, now after a month, hey, I can cook rice. I know how to cook rice. And the same goes for our businesses, right? We start a business and maybe we can sew, maybe we can make hats, but we never really sat down and figure out how many steps the hat needs to get accomplished to look professionally done. And when you write it down, maybe it scares you because there's 30 steps in there, but you never notice there were 30 steps. And then I come in and I say, how long did it take you to make a hat? And you're like, well, now I send you back and you panic. And instead of going through the process, you go away and you never really make the hat anymore, or you're making it and you don't know how much to sell it for. And then your business is crashing. And you might have a hubby or somebody depending on you and they're not seeing money coming in and they're tormenting your mind, and the business just seep away from you, and then you just went and get a job because you can't handle it. This is a scenario that has happened to people I have coached because they got so scared, they just run away from it. Not because we couldn't fix it, but they run away. And I usually got to pull them back in. Simple as finding out why if your business is going to make money or not. Simple to me.
Wow. You know something, when you use the analogy about the rice, I could relate because I was raised in meat and potato country. I did not know anything about rice. And so I'm listening to you going, yeah, and if I apply that to my business, I understand what you're talking about.
Yes. Food is really relatable to everything I teach, maybe because it's food I did first. Because so many people either can't cook, don't like to cook. And the reason a lot of people don't like to cook is because they can't do certain things or they think it's going to take them so long in the kitchen, so they wouldn't want to do it, right? And sometimes it's just not your forte, but they can at least relate when I talk about food and learn.
Yes, and we all like to eat.
Right?
And, yeah, and Jerry says, yes, thank you. She can relate to that. Mm-hmm.
And so, you form that habit, and the same goes for your business. When you understand that if the hat took you, 12 minutes to just prepare the stuff, it's 12 minutes. If the hat took you 30 minutes to actually sew the brim, it took you 30 minutes. There's no need to try to make it take less time. Because when you understand that a whole hat might take you an hour to accomplish, then right there and then I get to say, how much are you willing? What's the minimum are you willing to pay yourself per hour? And then what's the maximum? And I need to know those two numbers because I need to get you to the maximum, but I'm going to start you the minimum. And we're going to find ways along the way, but I need to know that. That same goes for sales when I'm helping somebody how to organize and be able to sell, when I'm helping somebody to understand their whole marketing scheme versus I just want to sell this. When you're in business, you need a whole marketing scheme. That's why you need to be organized. You need to understand that maybe for 30 days, I'm going to nurture a bunch of people and nobody's going to buy from me. And that's okay. And if I got a sale, that doesn't change the 30 days marketing plan that I have. If I got 10 sales, it doesn't change the plan. But what happens when people are not organized and don't systemize and get this good habit going is that if they get 5 sales, they're going away and make all the things to the 5 sale and they stop what we set out to do. They stop the marketing. No, you still need to market for that 30 days that we set in place. You need to be documenting the results from that 30 days. You need to understand what happened to you in that 30 days so that you can go forth maybe for another 30 days. Because you're looking at usually the 90 days I'm having people do, and I'm wanting them to see the results and the continuous progress along those 90 days and how sales came in and how the habit of consistency brought in the sales and not necessarily the one-off sales that they get, so that they know in themselves that for the full year, if they had wanted to make $100,000, they could have, because this is the route they will take. This is the money they set out to make. This is the it's organized so that they can look quickly and see, oh, sales are falling over here. This is because I did this over here. It's because I didn't get to this stuff over here. And if you're a YouTuber and you're not putting up videos, you know what happens. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, and I purposely did it, like I stay off of Facebook to see what would happen. When you come back, you're bringing people back again. Some people forget about you. Facebook is not showing them your stuff. So you have to be consistently doing this. If you're networking or you don't know how, go into network stuff, get in there, see what's going on. But if you really and truly wanted to make this $100,000 a year, your job is to set it up and watch it. You got to consistently do it. There's no, I don't feel like doing it. If you're going to be off, you work Monday to Friday, you off. If you're beginning, you work 6 days a week and you off one day. And that one day, do not do work because your brain need rest. It need to relax. It need to rejuvenate. It need to feel like you're looking after it. So that when you come back, if you took it off on a Sunday, Monday, you're fresh and you're ready to do this.
Oh, wow, Coach. I have to keep muting myself because, of course, the leaf blower guy is
I
here.
heard him in the background. I said, that's why he's back again.
He's back again. He's consistent. Okay. And it seems like even though we change our time, he seems to change his time with us. Doesn't he? He changed his day. I was like, what?
He's calling you, Terry.
I know. And we can call him the king of consistency, okay? Because
He is. He is.
he is on it. So I am really astounded at the whole idea of becoming a consistency queen. Wow.
I give myself a lot of names. This is the one I came up with.
This is good. This is good. This is good. I think when it comes to our businesses, we do need to be consistent because at BizChix, we say your success is in your routine.
Right.
Now, if you're not consistent with that routine, is it really a routine? But anyway. But it's all about being consistent with your routine.
It really is. It really is. It really changes how things show up. It didn't matter if you couldn't do it well. After a while, consistently, and every time anytime I got something new coming up, I always test myself. So I put myself on a 75-day. I heard it was being talked about on TikTok, and I said, let me try. I did a 75-day, and I fall off. Let me just tell you guys, I fall off a lot the first couple of weeks. I said, I'm going to do the 75-day morning and afternoon workout. And the first couple of weeks, I couldn't get myself to do both because my mind, and I'm used to just doing once a day. So I said, you know what, Karen, how are you going to make this consistent so you don't fall off? So I did Monday to Friday. I switched it up. I said, Monday to Friday, I'm going to do morning and afternoon, but Saturdays and Sundays, I'm only going to do mornings because I can work out, I can do breakfast, then church, and then I can get into dinner time, setting it up. And once I planned it out, I was like, I can do this. So when I graduated with my 75 days last Thursday, Terry, I was doing the happy dance. I was like so excited with myself, right? And I was looking at, measuring and seeing, and I thought, let me do some measurement. I lost inches on my leg, my waistline, and the big thing with that just had freaked me out is that I weighed after the holidays and I was weighing 181 pounds. And I'm going to just put it out there. I was freaking myself out. And I said, I'm on my journey. I am walking my talk, right? And so I weighed and I measured myself. I went down to 166. I lost about 2 inches on my waist. I lost another 2 on my leg. I was like, okay, Karen, you can keep speaking. You do it.
This is amazing. Wow.
I was so excited with myself. And yes, and this I'm telling everybody, all my sisters, I'm like, you guys need to get on it. I'm not going to tell you what to eat. You can decide how you're going to eat. But you just need to eat well. You just need to figure out some things. And I didn't want to get myself locked into this ball where, oh my God, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. So instead, I just move it around. I eat lighter in the night. I eat more heavier for lunchtime. I did take out bread a while now. So instead of bread, I use a lettuce. So if I was good for breakfast, I'll have protein with lettuce and fruit or whatever. And lunchtime, I'll have a heavier lunch. And in dinner time, I'll have a soup or cracker or something that is more lighter kind of eat. I didn't go at anything big. I'll have snacks in between, nuts or fruit or whatever, popcorn, so that I'm not totally staying away from starch. And then when I get starch again, I go crazy in my head. No, I didn't do this. If I feel like eating ice cream, I had an ice cream. I'm not virgin on ice cream, but if I wanted a scoop, I had a scoop because I wanted to. This has to be something I can maintain. It can't be something that is for the moment. And that's why I said, okay, how could I set this up that I could be accountable, consistent to myself
and successful.
So we got another 75 coming up on starting back on the 11th of April because my sisters said they're going to join me because one of my sisters saw and she's like, Karen, I saw, and I'm not going to tell you, I was here mumbling. How could she go do that? And then tell me.
You know what? I just might join you because, the weather's going to be breaking here. And I'm probably going to be feeling a little less, my mood will probably change. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because the weather will be consistent. So let us know. Be sure to let us know so we can. Now, Jerry says, look, she says, I am truly pressing toward the mark of consistency.
Jerry. Good girl.
Says, yes, about your 75 days. And she says, I'm learning that also. That being
Yes.
consistent is
Yes, yes, yes. And so when I
key.
teach it and you coach it, you also got to go do it. You got to see, because I'm consistent in certain areas, but I had to look at the ones where I'm falling through. And I'm like, I love maintaining a certain weight. I don't like when I get over it because then I feel sluggish. I feel like, just choked up and that
Mhm.
I don't like. And I'm not, how do you do this? You look after it. And if it's finances, that's what you do. If it's business, and don't feel bad. I always said I call it big money, but if your money was 25,000 for the year or just 30 for the year, still go at it that way. Still understand whatever little you need to make, that's what you need to make. If your goal is $2,000 a month net,
Uh-huh.
work towards it consistently. If you don't make it the first half of the year, I bet you if you're consistent, you'll make it the second half of the year. That's like a guarantee. The only way you lose is if you consistently stop doing it. That cracked me up. All right. That's it for today, guys.
Mute myself. I want to thank you, Coach. What
No,
I
you're
I'm hearing an echo. Am I hearing an echo? Okay,
no, I'm
that's
not hearing you.
oh good. I want to thank you for all that you do for us and bringing us back to for a reality check. Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves that we
Yeah,
just get paralyzed because we can't do one thing. Then we
right.
just drop everything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes.
Um, and then I heard someone say it's a poor rooster that won't crow over his own hen house. Okay, sometimes we need to brag about the stuff that we do.
Yes. And I find
Okay,
there's something I don't do. A friend of mine said it to me. She
we
says,
gotta learn. We
I
got we got
do. Yeah, I'm not a bragger. I guess we were just talking, and I brought up because another client who had made some great money. She's like, "How come I don't see you put out on Facebook?" I said, "You know, it's not. I really realized I'm not a bragger, but I probably need to talk about it."
and I think it's a generational thing.
Yes,
And that's why
I
we
agree,
think
Terry.
that young people overshare because really they're just bragging about their successes.
Yes,
And they have a right to do that. They
they
did the
have.
work,
You're
they
right.
put the work in.
Yes.
And we were taught that that was not a good thing.
Hmm.
So now, oh, let me take these earrings off. They're clicking the mic. I, we were taught that that is not a good thing when in
Yes.
fact it's the only way to get the news out when you're in business.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So we've got to unlearn that.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
because of that, I'm going to do this quick um, brag thing about something that happened to me. And
Yes.
that
Go
is
for it.
that I became a representative for Valara, which sells the Air and Surface Pro. And this device seeks and destroys COVID in the air. So that if you're interested in that, just inbox me or send me a message here in the chat, and I can tell you more about it. But I'm excited, and I'm going to be putting some Bitleys in every day so people can go over and see the devices. They also make devices that protect you when you're on the airplane, on trains, and I even have a mobile device for your car. So with that, I want you to know I'm real excited about it, and I'll be. I guess I need to go over and put something on my Facebook page, huh?
You do.
Okay, okay.
You do. Facebook and Instagram, you do. In your
All right.
stories, everything. You need to start. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I haven't been using my Instagram lately,
Mhm.
and I need to go back because I'm
Yes.
excited about this.
And you
So
know when you're excited, that's the best time to share news.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm about to share this news about Coach Karen. You can find Coach Karen everywhere on the air. Her Facebook page, and I'm going to put her banner up just a moment. I'm looking through these to find your banner again. I'm sorry, I apologize, but it's Coach Karen Fern,
Mhm.
Profits in Daily. Guys, follow Coach. She's got simple ideas that you can apply to your business, things that you can do now. Also, she has some programs that will help you do better in business. Look, we need some basic stuff that's going to help us make money. this is your girl right here. Okay. She can help you with that. So you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media outlets, LinkedIn. Just give her a DM and let her know what you need. Also, Coach, do you have any programs going on right now or coming up?
No, but soon though, soon you guys gonna hear some news. So stay
Okay.
tuned.
And in April, we're going to be exercising, evidently, guys. So
We are gonna be doing it.
we're going to be exercising. Okay. So good morning, Carlos. So if you
Hi,
are
Carlos.
interested in following Coach Karen, you find her on her Facebook page at Profits in Daily. Also, if you're interested in sanitizing your air and your surfaces, give me a call. I have devices that actually seek and destroy COVID in the air. So
Here
with
we go.
that, we're going to say, remember to go to the front of your own line.
Real line.
Carlos, it's so good to see you. And Jerry and all of you guys who um, were listening today, we wish you a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow for Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And Friday, we'll be talking tech in language that you can understand. In other words, hey, press this button, go here, go there, all so we can, in simple terms that we can understand. So with that, remember, go to the front of your own line and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.